Have you ever seen so many people in Oxford in your entire life?
No, I
can't believe it.
What's amazing is this parade's not that old.
This is the 3rd annual Lone Ranger Parade. Yes, you're right, it's not. And I am Terry Stiles, my co-host Rod Wright, and we are so excited to be here today. I can't believe the number of people, and it's just about to start. Aren't you excited?
I'm very excited. The town looks beautiful.
It does.
I'm very open.
Proud to show it off. Everybody's excited. We have 71 entries in the parade.
We have the high school band, of course, is going to be here, and of course, the Lone Ranger.
Always.
I hear he might show.
The Lone Ranger, I think he is going to show up.
Yeah, he's going to be a big show.
And it looks like all the beautiful cars in Michigan are starting this beautiful parade. So welcome. We're bringing this parade to you from OCTV. Our entire crew is out today. If they're not shooting, they're in the parade.
I'm sorry, Terry.
Cameraman Russell, cameraman Kyle Snage, Russell Courier. We have a cameraman up in a fire truck this year, Al Campbell. And Dan Swice is walking around. Look at these cars. Bravo, what a nice way to start the parade, eh?
And this is the car I like right here, this Corvette. Look at this baby.
Oh, that's a beauty.
Wow.
Yeah, so that brings you back, doesn't it?
Oh.
That's a nice one too for a new one.
Look at all that money.
They started this last year, introducing the cars before the parade, and it was such a big hit that more and more guys that drive these beautiful cars wanted to be involved in this parade. So it just gets better every year.
And of course, they were always on the north side of town with the car show up there at the Burning Oak.
Oh yeah, right. You can always go see them up close and personal.
Also behind
I don't think there's a car I wouldn't have there.
I don't think I'd turn him down.
Okay. Beautiful.
I like the older ones just because it brings me back, you know. Everybody can look at each one of those cars and come up with a great memory.
Well, I think it shows that was America's heyday. 50s and 60s. They were the best at engineering and everything. Even if you look at the dashboards, they're works of art. I was in a museum one time and I saw a 57 Chevy dashboard on there. And it was framed
on a museum wall.
At a museum wall.
You're right, they were.
And rightfully so, because it was a work of art.
Some of them looked very menacing. They looked like they had big teeth and toothy grins and sneers. But boy, they put a lot of time and effort and energy into the design.
Well, that's what we do here in Detroit, and that's what we do best.
Bravo. Yes. And the Lone Ranger Parade is what we do here in Oxford.
That's right.
Seems like all year long, we're totally focused on the next Lone Ranger Parade or Lone Ranger Festival. And I want to give kudos to Rod Wright and his posse. Rod Charles and Rod Wright as well. You got your group together. You got your crew together. Rod Charles.
Yes.
And his posse. Everybody put so much time and effort into this.
A lot of car guys from Oxford, like you were saying, and Gary Stemple used to live here. Got a little lull right here.
Well, we can just toss it over to some of those interviews that Ryan and Kyle are out searching around for. I have never seen a crowd like this. I'm so proud.
Rod, hey Terry, I am here with two wonderful boys right here waiting for the parade. What are you guys' names?
Aiden Samini. Luke H.
All right. Now, are you guys excited for the parade today?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, is there anything you guys are especially looking forward to?
I want to see floats and fire trucks and everything. I want to see. I could probably see fire trucks. I want to see. I want to see Ashwin. Ashwin's a cheerleader too. A pickup truck.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool. Now, are you guys going to be doing anything else today after the parade?
We're gonna go swimming at the beach.
Well, it's a perfect day for that. I was just over at the ice cream stand over there. It's pretty hot out. Maybe you should pick up some ice cream.
Yeah, I know. I like ice cream.
I think we all do. What about you? Are you going to pick up some ice cream today?
Yeah, I already ate ice cream.
Oh, wow. Well, it looks like we got the bags passed out and we're getting ready for the parade out here, so I'll throw it back to Rod and Terry.
Chief Niemanowski, he plays softball.
Yes, he does.
With the senior
He sure
softball.
does. You can't slow that guy down. He's retired once. Now he's working for Oxford. Has been
he's
here
a good
for 10
softball player,
years.
too. He really
Yep,
is.
He knows what he's doing. Except for that's not Chief Niemanowski.
No.
That's... Hi, Mike. And right behind them is the Oxford American Legion, Post 108, and that's VFW ladies, and followed up by the Young Marines. And I'll tell you what, they do so much for this community. And they helped us get the American Legion of the Year award for the 6th time in a row. And
there's Cecil.
heads up the Young Marines group, which is a great thing. These kids go to classes, and Cecil teaches them, and they graduate, and they learn about respect, and it's just a fantastic club for these kids to be in. There's another one of those beautiful old cars.
Wow, look at that Riviera.
That's a nice one. Boy, they are
Is that the
shiny.
Lone Ranger on the unicycle?
I think he's warm up.
No, that's not the Lone Ranger.
The Lone Ranger, of course, Radio Lone Ranger is Grace Beamer, our own from Oxford.
We pay tribute to Helen Smith. Once again, we'd like to have our thoughts with her family, having hearts this past week in Oxford. Carrying a banner commemorating Helen Smith, her grandsons, Chase and Wayne.
So normally we have a guest of the parade, Helen Smith. We lost her last week, 2 weeks ago, and in her honor, she is the master of ceremonies for the parade. Is that what they're called?
I believe our own Bill Service was last year.
He was a couple,
yes.
yeah.
Head of OCTV. He was very proud of that honor, too.
Oh, that was the Lions Club on the unicycle, I might add, helping the blind and less fortunate in the community and the surrounding areas worldwide. And this is Upland Outdoor Services Habitat.
And lots of
And
suckers for the
Oxford
kids.
Wildcats. Once a Wildcat, always a Wildcat. I was never a Wildcat, but I'm a Wildcat at heart. Both my kids went to school here. All your kids, right?
Yep, all 6 of them went there.
I'm a dragon, but that's all right. The North Oakland Historical Society has been another pillar in this community, both literally and figuratively, on the corner of Burdick and M24.
Oh, is that Teddy Roosevelt? Oh, here comes Tonto.
It does look like Teddy Roosevelt, doesn't
We
it?
got a cavalry guy.
And superheroes. The theme to this year's parade is brotherhood. And it's kind of apropos that we've got these gentlemen, and right behind is the superheroes. So it's all just a brotherhood of good deeds.
Captain America, Batman, and Superman. Now this is one of my favorite, Terry. Who are the people that do this?
Stagecoach is, of course, we don't have the right roster
I
here,
just think this
but it is the Wells Fargo Stagecoach, and Rod Charles works really hard every year to get them to come to our parade. And last year when they were done, they said to him, "We want to be back next year."
I'll tell
so
you
we're
what,
doing it right.
That
we're doing
is a
something
beautiful
right.
stagecoach.
It's a beautiful piece of equipment, isn't
Wow.
it? Totally authentic. Makes me wish I was in those days, born in those days. But it was a hard life.
Only if the Lone Ranger was there to protect us, though.
Right. American Heritage Girls, a nonprofit organization dedicated to the mission of building women of integrity through service to God, family, community, and country. Bravo, girls. And we even have neighboring communities gracing our parade. The Lapeer County Sportsman Club, Wranglers, Cowboy Action Shooting. And they look terrific, don't they?
Oh, they do.
Good for them.
So we know that
He's
guy.
had a rough week. And the 2014 Homecoming Queen, Chloe Straub, driven by and provided by Gene Probe. That's
And
a nice
Adam
Mercedes.
Slick, the Homecoming
King. And I'll tell you what, if you're up in the Caseville area, 4th of July,
A lot of
these guys
tractors.
belong in that parade. This is yesteryear's Farm Tractor Club. Tractors restored by the drivers and the owners, and they are dedicated to this festival. This is the second year, and they'll go all over to parade their beautiful old farm malls and John Deere. And
Wow. Wow.
wow, that's quite an engine.
Do you know some of the kids at the high school drive their tractors to school?
Is that right?
They
So we
do.
still
Yeah,
have
this
that
spring.
farm
Yeah.
feel in Oxford. I
Lake
love
Orion
it.
always teases us about it. When they come to the basketball games, they dress like in overalls and make fun
Oh,
of us.
that's lovely.
But we don't care.
I don't care
We
at
don't
all.
care.
It's all in good fun.
Silly dragons down there.
Those silly dragons. All
What's
they
a
have
dragon?
are boats. What do boats do?
Yeah, what do
boats
they
on
do?
the lake.
Still the rivalry between Oxford and
Yeah, and shame
Lake
on me, I'm a
Orion.
dragon.
Oh, it's a healthy one.
You know, in my son's freshman or sophomore year in high school, they were playing football down in Pontiac. It was a playoff game, and all of a sudden, the entire crowd across from us was green and white. And they just started moving over to Oxford's side, and they actually came to support Oxford.
Really?
I cried. I was ridiculous. It was a lovely thing to see. So it was all mixed of green and white and blue and gold, all sitting together and cheering on the Oxford team. Showed a lot of class. It seems like our numbers of tractors have grown a bit
Oh
this
my
year.
goodness.
It's so
And
exciting.
then it looks like we have some John Deeres behind us too.
Sure does. Well, there's a lot of farm malls that keep on going, isn't there? You know, I'm glad they brought back throwing candy out to kids. That's part of the fun of going to a parade. And I know they stopped it for a long time.
Yeah, I think they were afraid the
safety
kids would run
reasons,
out
yeah.
in between
I'm really
the
glad that
floats
they
and get in.
changed that.
Because I like that sucker right on the yellow line. I really want that right now.
Right. Not yet.
Oxford School of Performing Arts.
Yeah, I believe they start in middle school, which is just such a great time for kids because they're having a hard time adjusting to who they are and everybody else in the community or in their own community of the middle school. The White House Village Shops is becoming quite a faction to deal with. They're really popping up stores all over the place down there, and they've really become part of our village. And this is another group that asked to come back this year. They were here last year, North Oakland Dixie Band, and they're so fun to listen to.
Good job, guys. Thanks to Cub Scout Pack 4 and Hit me, Cub Scout message out. And the elephant here means Go GOP, the Greater Oakland Republican Club. Another one of my friends there. Nice float there, guys. Joe Kenfound, and we want to thank our many corporate sponsors for bringing the big heads here to Oxford. You see them in the Thanksgiving parade maybe on national television.
And so the tall heads are historic. These tall heads that are coming in the parade actually are from the Hudson Thanksgiving Parade. People in the community have sponsored these tall heads for no small cost. They've done very well this year. We have 7. We had 1 last year.
Do you know who the Lone Ranger's cousin is?
I do not.
The Green Hornet. Yes,
How
he was
appropriate.
he was also born out of WXYZ in Detroit too.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the
Fun
Green
fact
Hornet
to
is
know.
supposedly supposed to be the Lone Ranger's cousin.
I'll accept that. We could start that rumor right here and now. Because everybody watches OCTV, which you can catch us on Charter Channel 191 or AT&T Channel 99. And so if we start that rumor, everybody will believe that, which is great.
Well, parades are the time when you get to see your representative.
Representatives, right,
A lot
right.
of times that's the only time people get to see them because they're so busy in Lansing or Washington.
He's a good guy. He's got a radio show now, too. Yeah, especially in a political year, some people complain about that the parade is just full of contingents, but it's really nice to be able to get out and meet them.
It's good to get a visual of the guys. I know that we make fun of them, but that's the only time I ever saw my congressman, which was
But
good.
it's nice to be able
he
to
was doing
shake
a good
hands.
job. I didn't need him.
Absolutely, he was. And this is a group of people, the Oxford Chamber of Commerce, who have put a lot of time and energy into this festival and other events that we have in the community. They really work hard on a volunteer basis, and most of them own their own business. And the Oxford cheerleaders, and another tall head.
And then the football players right behind them.
Who volunteered. All of the tall heads have to have a spotter, and the football players volunteered to spot all the tall heads that we have in the parade. So they're good boys, I'll tell you. And up-and-coming football guys.
Bud Raleigh's future stars.
Yes, they
and they're
are.
getting them ready for Oxford High School, and that's why we always have a good football program,
Yep,
wrestling
they start
program.
now.
We have great sports programs here in
So
Oxford.
fun to watch. Wow, and look at the size of this band coming at us.
And here is your
Lovely.
very own Oxford High School marching band.
You know a few of
I
these
know
kids,
these
don't
guys
ya?
and these ladies.
It's a good time to talk about your program.
Yes, they took a trip this spring to New York, and OCTV went with them, and we put it on tape, and we had a great time. They alternate every 2 years. They go first to Disney World, then to New York 2 years later. That's my daughter.
Yeah, very cute. Always my favorite part of the parade.
There's Mr. Hill on the percussion, wonderful man. Always smiling. Plays in a jazz band, a rock band. He's a busy man. They go to band camp
Next week, right?
in 2 days.
That's always a fun program that you put together as well. So watch it on OCTV, Charter Channel 191, and AT&T Channel 99. And what is a school without cheerleaders? That is the starting of community support right there. It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of these girls went on to be leaders of their own community, because that's exactly what they're doing.
We also have a competitive cheer. That's a sport.
That's athletic.
More girls
I'll tell
get
you.
hurt in that than football.
I believe it.
And they can do some things unbelievable. So we did a special on them, and we're really amazed at all the time and effort they put into that. Got to put out the flames there.
Oh, they are flamethrowers. Hand Slight Anthony Grupido. And I might have said that wrong, but Grupido putting on an act
We
for
just
us.
missed them.
And the Knights of Columbus from Lake Orion, always willing to fill our parade with their dedicated group. And I've always loved the Santa Maria ship that they,
Isn't that a beautiful float?
yep, that they enroll in our parade. It's just lovely.
Thank you for coming.
Big shout out to Lake Orion. A lot of Lake Orion members have supported this festival this year. This looks like this is Ron Zimba in a 1936 Plymouth,
Wow.
not Plymouth, Plymouth rumble seat.
Rumble seat, look at that.
1936. It's in pretty good shape, isn't it? Oh, that's a beauty.
And we have some horses.
This is a group that you hear very little about, which we should cover more often. Addison Oaks Trail Group. There's horse riding trails out there, and people get together all the time and ride on those trails, and we need to go with them, don't you think?
Well, you know, we are a horse community. Lake
Yes,
Orion
we
might have
are.
the boats and the lakes. We do too, but
We have the tractors and horses.
we have tractors and horses
We're a
and boats
working
and lakes.
community.
Yeah. And this looks like the Robotics Club. Oxford Robotics. These guys have been very,
Doing
very
phenomenal.
successful at Oxford.
Yeah, they are definitely keeping their head up in the competition. They came in 6th this year in their last competition out of thousands of teams. Pretty cute.
Absolutely.
And that's not an easy competition. Team
That is a
Torque.
lot of
They are
smart
really
kids.
scaring their competition. Bravo,
Yeah,
Oxford
they're
High
about
School
as
kids.
successful as the wrestling team.
Yep,
Yeah.
bravo.
Our friends from AAA reminding you, you need to insure it. Our local AAA office, thank you so much.
Here's another tall head. Again, very historic, coming from the Thanksgiving parade. I really want to thank the business owners. I wish I had a list of who sponsored those tall heads, but all sponsored by business owners in this community to help decorate our parade even more.
I like it. I have a craving for Fruit Loops. Wonder why. Hey, Buzz and Woody. Toy Story.
Little Learners Daycare Center.
What a cute float
We're so
that is.
lucky to have places like that in our community.
That was pretty neat,
That's
wasn't it?
really creative.
That
very
is a
cute.
good-looking float. I cannot find the ice cream truck.
Ralph's Ice Cream and more from
Hey,
Waterford.
Ralph. How
Well,
you
thanks,
doing?
Ralph.
Ladies, are you ready for an exciting career football year? Great athletic career? Show them what they can see when they come to Oxford.
More Oxford cheerleaders. Bravo. We have quite a contingency of cheerleaders, don't we?
More Oxford cheerleaders.
A drone. Okay, this is Doc Dewey, 1931 Ford pickup truck. Or 1919, I'm not sure. Yep, 1931. Sometimes the order gets a little mixed up, so we can't give credit where credit is due, and I feel bad about that. But we can give it to him when we edit it.
Here's the
Yep, go ahead.
Redford Unicycle Club. This is the
Wow.
40th year that the Redford Unicycles perform in Southeast Michigan.
Wow.
Most of the members are currently attending the National Unicycle Competition in Wisconsin. The club has remained in Michigan, however.
Bravo, and they're
Thanks
from
for
Redford.
coming.
They came all the way up here from Redford. I'll tell you what, Rod Charles really gets his word out, doesn't he?
Well, this is the biggest parade we have.
Oh,
this is bigger than
absolutely.
Christmas and
Absolutely.
everything. And very nice job. And speaking of our neighbors to the south,
Well, this is a band I'm really proud of. I did that for years in the Lake Orion Marching Band, and it's just, they're top notch. They
yes,
really
they
are.
are a very competitive, very well polished band.
And how kind of them to come up and help us celebrate on such a warm day. It's not easy being in a marching band. Oh, that's lovely. You know, they got to worry about keeping in line and keeping in time and knowing the notes by heart. It's a lot of
They
work.
put a lot of time into
it's
that.
very hot.
And most of these bands go to what they call a band camp in the summer to work on their marching, work on their steps for the football season.
And the Lake Orion drummers got a national award this summer. Oh, I wish I knew what it was. It was a percussion. They beat every other band in the United States. So they did pretty good this year with their percussion crew.
Oh boy, look at these little gals.
This is a little Oxford High School, Oxford Dance Academy.
Lake Orion Youth Cheerleaders.
Oh, the Lake Orion Youth Cheerleaders. Thank you, Lake Orion Youth Cheerleaders.
And this is something new in Oxford. We need to find out more about it. But it's an aquatic club. Finally, we've got something very cool like that here too.
And they have a shark coming with them. That's appropriate too. The Aqua Club.
Oh, I'd really like to talk about it, but they're passing out flyers.
And who are
And
these
oh
guys?
my goodness, my favorite group in the parade, Oxford Community Television with Elgin Nichols and Dave Kenny
And
holding the banner, and our own boss, Bill Service, one of my favorite people in Oxford, and I think a lot of people's favorites in Oxford. Yeah, be proud of us, sir. Following up, another part of our crew is Lauren Sugden and Bryn. Hi, Bryn.
Brian and Lauren.
No more candy left?
So many people work in the parade that we could only
Every one of
put
us.
4 in it.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
we
The
have
rest of us-
cameras all over
Yep,
the place.
That's right.
And
And without the DPW in Oxford, we wouldn't have a parade. These guys are miracle workers, and you hardly ever see them do their job, but they do so much behind the scenes.
I like the mask.
And they are with the Guardians of Harmony. Those are fabulous. Barbershop singers. What's a parade without barbershop singers?
The Guardians of Harmony. Sweet Tree Farms Maple Syrup, Oxford, Michigan.
Well, who'd have thunk it? That's another one that we've got to
Yes.
tap into, no pun intended. Stay tuned to OCTV and find out more about the Maple Syrup Farm, Sweet Tree Farms.
Miss Senior Michigan.
Bravo.
What do you bet Dan gets a lot of footage of that?
If that's all we have on this parade, we know why.
Yep.
It's Dan. Oh, I'm so happy to see all these people here. North Oakland Transportation Authority, bravo! We've got them all in this area. Addison Township, Leonard Township, Oxford, Oxford Village. They go to Lake Orion. They're just fantastic. Picking people up that don't have transportation. And I think it's for like $1 a ride.
Stop by, get some jobs. Ah, yes, good stuff from Idle out there off on the 7. Hey, they're always there for you to get you going with some motivation in the morning or in the afternoon, whatever you want to talk.
If you don't know where they're at, they're the next street over from 24, east of 24 on Pleasant Street.
I'm
Had the
really
old green
impressed
elevator.
with all the businesses and the
Oh my
little
gosh.
floats.
Yeah, bless their
This
hearts.
is great.
Back during the time of the Civil War, once again, authentic musicians bringing some of the authentic hits of that time.
Lovely. This is another group that asked if they could come back again and join our parade. Miss Senior Michigan, again, is gracing us. Different lady this year. I guess I don't have her name,
Oh,
unfortunately.
Miss Senior Michigan, 2015. Jimmy John subs. Oh, those are good subs.
Yay!
Boy, I hope I'm passing out free subs.
Cozy, it's yours. Thank you.
And Bo Schemblacker and Sparky Anderson.
Sparky Anderson,
Yes.
why not? Again, from the Detroit Parade Company.
Michigan
Thank you,
icon.
Jimmy Johns, for blessing us. Michigan's yodeling sweetheart is Joyce
Have you ever
Leonard.
tried a yodel? That's
I've
hard.
tried it. My dad was a yodeler. Hi, Don. Thank you.
That's very appropriate for Roy.
Don
Because
Brantley.
Roy Rogers was a yodeler, and that was a time period of the Lone
Yeah,
Ranger.
and it's beautiful. It's beautiful to me.
Eva's Dairy
And
Cafe.
Eva's Dairy Cafe. See all the support we're getting from Lake Orion. Uh-oh, none left.
And they're handing out candy ice cream to the kids. Isn't that nice?
Goodison Garage. So we've got neighbors to the north and
Have you ever seen
south.
these cars race?
I
They
have
are
not.
fun to watch.
I bet they are. They look fun.
Oh, they are.
They look fun to drive.
Very short wheelbase. It's kind of hairy watching
Ooh,
them.
but
Yeah.
you could flip them pretty fast, huh?
Yes.
It's an interesting looking car.
Fun stuff to watch, though.
Our gymnastics team here.
Oh, Great Lakes Kids Energy Zone.
Oh, the Energy Zone,
Isn't
right
that-
next door
you
to...
know a bit about
yes,
that, don't
yeah,
ya?
they're right next door to McDonald's across the street from
Right.
Myers
That's
Energy
going to be such
Zone.
a big complex of sports and place to take your kids.
Yes,
It's going to be
it
fantastic.
Had a lot of girls on my bus go to the Energy Zone. They loved it, especially in the wintertime, January, February, when there's
The kids get
cabin fever.
they get out from in front of that computer and go expend some energy. That's a great place for sure.
Thank you. I don't know, it looks like we have a band of marauders here on the streets of Oxford.
And another stagecoach. That one's pretty good too.
I'll tell you what. People put a lot of time and energy
Detroit
into
Shriners.
history.
Thank you. I don't know, it looks like we have a band of marauders here on the streets.
Oh yeah, they'll get out here and they're going to have
Bravo.
a gunfight. Oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Uh-oh, they're going to hold up the stage. They got the money.
Don't let them know we're here, Rod. Put your hands up.
Uh-oh. Hey boy, if the Lone Ranger was here, he wouldn't put up
Where
with
is that
that.
Lone Ranger? Darn it! He's just a little bit late, but he'll get him. I'm sure he'll get him at the end of this parade.
Uh-oh. Here comes the sheriff. And all the bad guys get it.
The good guys win out.
And of course, they're not using real bullets. And the crowd gives them a great big hand for that one. And all the babies are crying now. Because of
I
the...
don't like to see that violence. Except for this little guy. He's holding his own bottle over here, and he's happy.
Terry's grandson is over there. He didn't like the Cowboys as much.
And all athletics shoot out in the streets of Oxford. They want the money. They don't have ATM cards.
Another Detroit icon, Gordie Howe. Gordie Howe's still with us.
Bless
I
his
hear
heart.
he's struggling a little bit, but he's still with
Yeah.
us. And
What an icon,
one of the
eh?
greatest hockey players that
Yep,
ever played the
I
game.
agree. And such a gentleman.
And he could live anywhere
Just ethics.
he wants,
And
and he chooses to stay here in Michigan.
Hanging with us.
So I think he probably goes to Florida during the
Maybe.
cold months.
If he's smart, he does.
Ray C's. Ray C's got that new building off of
Macy's
24.
Extreme, that's the one. I'm
Yes.
telling you, they are bringing terrific business into this community. We ought to give them a big salute.
Yes. They have that new building up there in
Macy's
Lapeer.
Extreme.
Have you seen that? The new
Yeah,
building? It's
yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah. We could go cut to another interview. Ryan and Kyle are out there working the crowd today.
Hey Rod, hey Terry. I am here at the Ox right now with some people who are having some food during the parade. What are your guys' names?
Tina and John.
Now, are you guys enjoying the parade today?
Oh, it's excellent.
Yep, fantastic.
I want to tell you
you about my favorite part. My favorite part was when the bandits come in, rob the saddlery, and the sheriffs come in and shot them all.
That's my favorite part too. I love that part.
Yeah, it was actually, I was surprised. I wasn't expecting it. It was really good.
Oh, I heard you actually have a part in one of these floats. Tell me about that.
My daughter's one of the Oxford cheerleaders, so yeah.
Is she having fun out there?
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean, I haven't seen her since we dropped her off.
Yeah, well, let's hope. Now, are they going to be doing anything special out there?
I'm not really too sure.
Oh, so it's a surprise then.
Yes.
All right, well, are you guys going to go walk around the vendors today?
Oh yeah, definitely. We're gonna check everything out, see what's going on.
Now, you guys got a great spot out here right in the mix of the whole parade, and you guys got some food. That was a good idea.
Oh yeah, it was excellent.
All right, well, we are going to throw it back to the parade then. Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you.
Back to Rod.
PKSK Karate.
PKSA. PKSA Karate. Got some up-and-coming stars. PKSA Karate, the finest in martial arts training, they say. Oakland Mobile Marine, I believe that's the first year they've been in the parade. Bravo.
Very pretty song.
We'll just have a little listen with Salvage Sisters Boutique. One of our newer businesses, really glad to have them in the community. Consignment, home decor, shabby chic, vintage, antiques, and more. Daniel Axford Elementary School.
Daniel
Well, good for
Oxford
them.
Elementary.
You know, at the end of the summer, they don't want to think school, and they came out to represent their school in our parade anyhow.
Oakland County
Oakland
Credit
County
Union.
Credit Union, another one of our huge supporters in the community. Uh-oh. You know, no matter what event we have, Oakland County Credit Union helps us out in one way or the other. They help us out. The big tall clown head. We should
Yes,
probably
I saw that earlier in the parade.
Indian Boy was sponsored by Abacus Accounting.
There we go. It's setting up right in front of us.
Motorcycle drill team.
All the kids are shuddering right now when they see the school bus.
Yeah, they know it's coming
There
up
it is.
pretty quick.
There it is, August 1st, and
Oh,
they
my
see
goodness.
a school bus. A lot of kids are.
They're running the other way.
They're running. They're scattering every which way,
They're
Terry.
going to miss the Lone Ranger, darn it.
They're
Come
running
back,
to
come
the
back.
ice cream truck.
Summertime still summer, please.
I still have another month left. Yep, it'll be another month before you'll be seeing those yellow buses up and down the streets of
Yeah,
Oxford
it's
picking
not
up
long now. Look at how quick this summer went.
our young people. We have a great school system here in Oxford. I'm very proud of it. I'm very
Oh, I
proud to be
agree.
working in it. A
So
lot of
agree.
great people. It's not too big, but it's not too small.
That's right.
You know,
Everybody knows everybody.
And, yeah, we have enough classes to offer, but they're not all packed either. It's you're not anonymous. You are somebody here still.
And you know, you can always contact, you can always talk to somebody right up to Tim Throne.
Yeah.
He's such a great,
Absolutely.
great
Tim is a
person.
very, very
Yep,
approachable
we're
man.
very lucky to have him.
Yep. And there is Henry Ford, the man
Yes,
that
I was trying to
got
find out who
everything started.
sponsored. We will put the names of the sponsors certainly when we edit this. And that might be Skelnick. Is that a Ford? Yep, Skelnick Fords.
Skelnick
Another Lake
Ford.
Orion group supporting us in our parade.
That's appropriate to have Henry Ford in front of him.
Yeah. And we're getting a little break from the sun.
Well,
What
you
a
know, we have
beautiful
the
day.
fire trucks, but it looks like we have something else behind them, Terry.
It's
Who is that?
looking pretty exciting.
Who is that masked
To
man?
me, that's just as exciting as Santa Claus.
Oh,
And Oxford's finest
Fire
fire
Department.
department.
look how clean those machines.
I must say, the Oxford Fire Department loaned us the ladder truck, and we've got Al Campbell up in the cherry picker at 5 stories
Yeah,
up.
and there's
in the
Al
ladder
Campbell
truck.
right now.
Oh,
See that, Russell? See, there's Al up in that
the
ladder
heavy
truck.
rescue. You know, each
Al's gained a
community
little weight.
specializes in a certain type of rescue. And so we've got the heavy rescue. Some have like the ditch rescue or the high aerial rescues. And it's really neat to see how all the communities work together and do those drills. And Buckhorn Towing, they've also loaned the community one of their trucks to use as a stage for the announcer, Jamie Hughes. And I should say that it's an OCTV person doing the announcing for this parade for the community. However, he's actually volunteering his time to do this for the parade itself.
He does a great job. He's a very good
He
announcer,
sure
too.
is. He knows what he's doing. He's been doing it about 20 years. And Metamora Township is also supporting our parade today
Wait,
with their
about
fire
the fire
department.
department. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I can't even
I know,
hear you.
sorry.
That's fine. But I was going to say the fire department has a lot of different challenges. You know, they have
They
a lot.
sure
They
do.
have urban areas and they have rural areas. And
In
so
one community,
Yeah,
right.
and a very, very big.
Our DARE officer
range
from
to
Oakland County
cover, too.
Sheriff. Yeah, they sure do. Those guys are really skilled at what they do. And it's always nice to see them come rolling in if you need them. Sounded like a Dave Kenny laugh back there.
You know, I like the way the camera's set up right at the marquee for.
Oh yeah, Oxford.
For Oxford. Isn't that nice?
Hey,
so
good
if
job,
you're watching
Russell.
this, you know it's Oxford.
Yeah, that's right. And actually, Channel 2 picked up an interview with Joe Young yesterday.
Oh, really?
And so we need to thank Channel 2 for covering us. We've sent out videos to all 4 of the Detroit stations, and Channel 2 picked us up. And here we go, Rod.
And here comes the man of the hour. What this is all about, why we have this parade. The Lone Ranger and his faithful companion Tonto, which I think Tonto is just about as popular as the Lone Ranger now.
Oh yeah, well, you know, people are embracing their Native American heritage. I know I certainly am, and you don't get to see enough of it.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice to see that coming back into the public eye.
Boy, I got to get to
Really
the gym.
nice. Well, you know, if you
Yeah.
help the Lone Ranger out, maybe you'd look like Tonto too.
Yeah.
He's probably been blessed by the Lone Ranger. One of America's original superheroes. The Lone
Definitely.
Ranger. Boy, what a parade, Rod.
was
I'm
great.
telling you, I can still feel the excitement in the air. Everybody's still wandering around and having a great time yet, but
I
you know, they're
noticed all
going to
the
disperse.
shops were busy. Everybody was in them today.
Very nice to see
Yeah.
that. Yep.
Thank you for inviting me.
Oh,
I was
thank you
honored. I
for
was
joining
honored.
me. It's such an honor to be a host of this parade, and thank you so much for doing this with me. It's been great. Bill, I hope you had fun riding in the parade. Oxford, congratulations. Another fabulous Lone Ranger parade and festival, because it's a nice enough day for everybody to stay in town.
Beautiful day. I hope you had as much fun watching it as we did putting it on.
Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.